Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I will explain the answer of a question 1. Question 1. Given the statement, if A is true and B is true, then the conjunction A and B is true. From that statement, we can get a two statement from if A is true and B is true. We can get a two statement like firstly A is true and the second statement is B is true. Then the third statement is A and B is true. From that we can get the primitive statement, can call as a simple statement. First primitive statement is A is true, we can declare as P, and B is true, declare as Q, and lastly A and B is true, we declare as R. From that statement we can get the symbolic statement like P, A is true, and we use a symbol N, and B is true is Q, implies A and B is true is R. We can get the P and Q implies R. Okay, the B second question is what the negation of the given statement. The negation is the falsity of the statement. The negation of a statement P denoted by not P. We just put not as at the front statement, and we can solve this use a law of logic. Use a definition of implication to change the implies. Facts P implies Q, we can change not P or Q. Same like that, we change the intersection to or and plus the not in front P and Q. And then we use a De Morgan law. And lastly, we use law of double negation to disappear the double not at the front. Okay, the C give the contrapositive of the given statement. Contrapositive is one of the most important related conditional. It is obtained by both negating the antecedent and the consequent, and by interchanging them, we just put not at the front and change the place to get the contrapositive. And then we solve this, use definition of implication to change the implies. Same like the B, change the implies to N and just put the not at the front. Second is we use a law of double negation to disappear the double not at the front. And lastly, we use De Morgan law. Okay, thank you.
So let's move to the question 2. Is a given statement. By using rule of inference, validate the above argument. So for the step 1, we write the premise 1, which is this, and step 2, we write the premise 2 is this. Based on step 1 and 2, we can use law of syllogism. We can write this and this. So this is a statement. So step number 4, we write the premise 3, and step number 5, step 3 and 4 we combine in the one sentences. For step 6, we can change S or T into T or S by using commutative law. For step 7, we can change the bracket by using associative law because it have a same symbol. For step number 8, we can use distributive law because in step 7, it have a different symbol here. On the table law of logic, S or not S can change into F by using inverse law in step 9. For step 10, we can throw away F by using identity law. For 11, we can use associative law by change the bracket. Step 12 is a premise from the argument. For the step 13, we can use law of contraposition in the step 12 by disable the negation and change U and T. Next step, based on step 11 and 13, we can use law of syllogism by change T into U. For step number 15, we can use commutative law by passing not S and not U into not U and not S. Next, we can use associative law by change the bracket. Next step in 17, U and not U can change to F by using inverse law. Step number 18, we can change F and not S to F by using domination law. For 19, we can use rule of contradiction. For 20, we can use De Morgan's law and double negation and change the symbol or to N. For step 21, we can use rule of conjunctive simplification and choose P. So we can prove the argument is valid.
Today I will explain about question 3. Each of the following statements is true. Anis is in the standard 6. Anis got an A on the mathematics test, or Shaza got an A on the mathematics test. If Shaza got an A on the mathematics test, then Anis is not in the standard 6. If possible, determine the truth value of each of the following statements. Carefully explain your reasoning. For question A, Anis got an A on the mathematics test. Question B, Shaza got an A on the mathematics test. And question C, either Anis or Shaza did not get an A on the mathematics test. I will help you to solve this problem. For statement 1, we label it as P. Anis is in the standard 6. For statement 2, Anis got an A on the mathematics test. We label it as Q. And Shaza got an A on the mathematics test. We label it as statement R. So, statement P is true. Statement Q or R also true, and statement R implies not P also true. So the next thing we have to do is we have to create the truth table, which is P is 1, Q or R 1 also, and R implies not P is also 1. If P is 1, then not P is 0. After that, Q or R is 1. So R implies not P. We have to find this. Not R or not P. So we have know that not P is 0. So that not R must be 1. So 1 or 0 equals to 1. After that, we have know that not R is 1. So that R is 0. After that, we have to find the next thing is not Q or not R. So that not Q, we have known that not Q is 0 and not R is 1. 0 or 1 equal to 1, and also not Q is 0. Q is 1. Okay, therefore for question A, Q is 1. That's true statement. R is 0, that's false statements. And C, not Q or not R is 1. That is the true statements. That's all from me.